Would you pay $100 first date deposit? Single Whammons 30 proposes charging time-wasting Aussie men cancellation fee after splashing out hundreds on makeup and petrol for Tinder no-shows. Yeah, maybe if you would stop swiping on the guys that are clearly just playing with you. Oh, shit, sorry, I didn't mean to assume you had some personal accountability there. Singleton Maddie Carty has doubled down on her controversial take that men should have to pay a first date deposit to put a stop to last-minute cancellations on dating apps. If this goes both ways, let's see what happens, because women ghost men all the time. If someone cancels a date within 24 hours, you should be able to charge the cancellation fee. A 30-year-old said in a recent episode of her Mad's World podcast. However, the proposal to pre-charge men $100 for a promised date would result in swift backlash, with dozens of irate gents slamming the TikToker for a take on modern dating. No, guys, you don't need to do this, man. Just calm down. This is a self-correcting problem. She and everyone who listens to her are just going to end up alone and miserable. And you could just live your best life. Live for your hobbies, and if you ever need to rub one out, either do it yourself or pay for a professional. See, these guys are they're on the money, and they wonder why relationships fail. Great start indeed, one man commented when Maddie shared a clip from the podcast to social media. If you want to know why blokes are canceling on you, just rewatch your own TikTok, snapped another man. If we wanted the drama and the pageantry, we'd all just head to the Miss World contest or hang out with our gay friend. Charging for a whammons time novel, another commented sarcastically. No, if anything, it should be the other way around. Because a lot of times, like, the guy could have been doing something productive. He could have been maybe working overtime, earning an like extra paycheck. Could have been playing games. Could have been doing literally anything else. You're the one wasting his time, not vice versa. This week, Maddie laughed at a heated online backlash she's received since floating the idea publicly. No, she's reveling in the attention. The only way to fix this is to take away the attention. It's actually that easy. And I said what I said. She told Daily Mail Australia, and I stand by it. Yeah, I hope you get it. I legitimately hope that the dating apps implement this as a mandatory feature. Like, no, if you want to date someone, you're going to have to deposit that. I don't know how they'd enforce that. I don't know. Like, it's not like you have to tell the app you're dating IRL. But either way, they're going to get their wish. Like, maybe just women refuse to even entertain a date with a man unless he pays the deposit. Right after they start doing that, they're going to start complaining that where have all the good men gone? They don't want to deal with you. The TikToker explained the inspiration struck when she'd been talking to a guy on the apps for a couple of weeks, and he stood her up on Friday night with less than a half hour's notice. We'd locked in a time and a place Friday night, she said, noting that her commute into Melbourne's CBD is an hour drive from her home. Dude, I used to commute to work that long. I mean, yes, if I had to do it again now, I'd be pretty fucking pissed. But it's you have to take an hour trip once, and that's too much. Okay. I tanned the night before I went into work that day so I could have worked from home. I did my makeup. I styled my hair, dressed up. I had a pre-drink with my workmates at the bar, and then got a text half an hour before we were supposed to meet up. It said, sorry, I got to work late. I can't make it anymore. And Maddie said men flaking out on first dates at the last minute with lame excuses is all too common. Now, I do see one change coming from this, just one. Guys are just not even going to say anything. She's just going to get ghosted from now on. Yeah, the guys are like, yeah, imagine the guy was a doctor. And he's in the emergency room sewing someone's arm back on. And then he's got this 304. How selfish could you be? We had a time set aside and you stood me up. What they're probably going to do is they're probably just going to remove you from their contacts, block you, and then just go about their business drama-free. It probably happens 1 out of 2 times, so many times, she said. Oh. I got another theory. Guys, chat, let me know if you've been through this, okay? Imagine you think you're hooking up with a 9. You show up at the restaurant where you're supposed to meet up. You see her and you notice that she used a photo that's 20 years old and 300 pounds less. And so then you're just like, ah, oh, hell no. So you just text her from the parking lot. Sorry, I gotta work late. I'm not gonna be able to make it. And then drive away as fast as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened at least some of the time. Aussie men have this thing where they love to talk the talk, but they won't walk the walk. Look in the mirror. She said many online conversations began positively, ended with crickets as the man failed to follow through. Maybe guys are finally taking my advice. Yeah, maybe they're trying to ride off of the post-cum clarity. Yeah, I've been saying this for years, man. If you're in a relationship and you wonder whether you actually love the girl or it's just lust, right before you're about to go hang out, crank one out. If you still want to hang out with her when your balls are empty, that's probably legit love. If you have absolutely no interest and in fact you'd rather do anything else once you got the lust out of your system, it will be in your best interest to end that relationship sooner rather than later. The quicker you do it, the less painful it's going to be for both of you, because you're there's clearly nothing there. So all of you who are still dating, you need to do this. You need to try this. Right before you're about to meet the girl, just clear your mind, so to speak, and see if you still care. See if you're still looking forward to meeting her. Or if at that point you're just like, I'd rather just be rolling on some Hogans. I don't, $300 for dinner? You know how many Hogans I could get for that? Why am I wasting money on this? Yeah, clear your lower head. That's right. Maddie added that Whammons often had to juggle multiple men at once. You think that maybe guys knowing you're juggling multiple men at once might be a contributing factor to why none of these guys are in much of a hurry to meet you? Like, shit, for all I know, you were just with Chad and Tyrone. Like, dude, you're leaking. There's a trail behind you everywhere you walk. You expect me to be hyped for tonight now? Paying each enough online attention that they could actually make it to a real world meetup. Yeah, then they realize, nah, not worth it. It's like having all these pen pals, like little Tamagotchi pets on your phone that I have to feed and talk to them so that they don't die. That is how this woman looks at her future love prospects. It's literally an obligation. It's like a little virtual pet that you had to feed so it won't die. That's how they view potential lovers. Is any wonder they're going to be single? The blonde said she thinks $100 would be a fair rate to compensate for loss of time and also funds which Whammons invest in getting ready for those dates. You can't get back the time you invest in getting ready, getting excited, she argued. And you know what? That's fair. So guys, I know some guys do this just to be dicks. Don't waste their time like that. You'd be much better off if you just uninstalled the dating app and found a hobby and just focused on yourself. Because I'm unless you have a personal vendetta against a specific woman, like why bother? Like why fuck with someone just to be an asshole? Like just cut them out of your life. You'll never see them again. It doesn't matter. You'll both move on. And nobody needs to get hurt, so to speak. I also then couldn't do anything else that day. Friday night is prime real estate of the week. By 6 p.m., it's too late to organize another date or for me to make other plans with friends. This is bullshit. We all know she likely has at least 3 or 4 Chads and Tyrones on speed dial that will unless they're busy, will always be up for a booty call. Something tells me that after at least a few of these dates or failed dates, she was probably up until 4 in the morning getting spit roasted by Chad and Tyrone. I had to go home, get unready, and sit on my couch watching Netflix is a huge waste of time and effort. You literally just described modern dating. Yeah, you're right. I can't disagree with you. But you can't expect the other side to compensate you because, man, guys should have been demanding this from women for years now. All the time they waste, all the drama they bring. She is prime Dubai porta potty material. That's probably her job, yes. And Maddie pointed out that late cancellation fees are quite commonly used by salons and other businesses to prevent time wasting. Fair enough. Notice, however, that when the salon cancels on you, they don't owe you anything. They might give you something, like if you're a repeat customer and they want you back, they might give you a little trinket just to try to make it up to you. It's only one-sided. So you're right, late cancellation fees exist, but you misjudge which side of that equation you're on. The guy's time is worth way more than yours if you look at it from a strictly opportunity cost point of view. If anything, you owe him. It's not the same as being stood up because they're still communicating but working late on Friday night. That's not an excuse. Yeah, once again, imagine this guy was a doctor and he was putting someone back together again in the emergency room. And then this 304 is just firing up his phone. How dare you stand me up? Do you know who I am? I will not tolerate this level of disrespect. I'm someone who sticks to plans once I make them out of respect for the other person. If you wouldn't cancel your friend last minute, what makes you think canceling on someone you've been talking to online is okay? Now, this I actually agree with. I do. Like for all I've said throughout the rest of this article, I fully agree with this sentiment, which is why I said earlier, don't play these games. Just don't do it. Don't even interact with these people. If you know it's going to end this way, just don't do it. Like, don't waste both of your time. Stop. Because I've been in this position before, even with something like video games, like MMOs. Remember the days of 40-man WoW raiding? There was always that one idiot in the guild that didn't last very long, thankfully, unless he was the guild leader or a friend of in real life. Showed up to the raid an hour late or not at all. And then couldn't understand why everyone was mad. Oh, it's just a video game, bruh. Why are you so mad? It's just a game. It's like, dude, 39 other people just wasted an hour sitting around and waiting for your stupid fucking ass. And you're just going to blow all of that away by saying, it's just a stupid game, bruh. I was busy getting laid. I got more important things to do. Like, lol. Why are you so mad? It's just a game, bruh. And then they wonder why they never get invited to another raid. Yeah, it's one thing if they have a legitimate excuse and they let you know, oh, hey, man, I can't make it because this is... Actually, shit, even if they were honest, no, it's happened before, right? Was someone literally cancels like an hour before the fucking raid. That's why you have, substitutes ready. So like someone cancels last minute because they're like, bro, I just got a date. Like I'd rather go out on a Friday night. Oh, okay. See, they're honest. They let us know ahead of time. But like the guys that just ghost the group and then the next day or a few hours later, they come online and they're like, why are you so mad, bro? This is just a game, bro. That right there is the biggest flaw of cooperative multiplayer gaming. So you always have the tryhards that like they take it super seriously and they always like they just want to do they want everyone top of their game. Then you got the filthy casuals, and then both of them hate this group of people. They make plans. Everyone wastes their time waiting around for them. And then, it's just a game, bruh. It's no big deal, bruh. Just a game, bruh. All right, that's fair enough. Now, so now we know you're not the type of person we want in our raid, and we'll be moving on. So yes, I agree with this sentiment. Like, you don't like your time getting wasted, unless you have a personal vendetta on someone. Don't waste their time either. It's only fair. So this woman's not wrong here. Now, this is a bit of speculation. If you wouldn't cancel on your friend last minute, what makes you think somebody you've been talking to online is okay? I have canceled on my friends last minute when a work emergency comes up. You don't always have a choice. I have canceled on friends and family. I'm sure most of you listening have had to cancel on friends and family too. So imagine some random internet stranger getting more mad at you for canceling on them than your own friends and family do. Yeah, that is a big red flag right there. Like, yeah, I'm not hanging out with this person. In her podcast episode, Maddie and her friends said young whammons like themselves spend hundreds of dollars in preparation for first dates, something she's been ripped into for online. Holy shit. Look, hundreds of dollars, really? Okay, maybe it's only the girls I've dated in the past. You know what they generally did to get ready? They had makeup that they already had, that they just spent some extra time putting it on, making themselves look extra nice. Didn't have to spend any money there. They wore some fancy clothes that they already had in their closet for special occasions. Didn't have to spend any money there. They may have busted out their special shoes that they only wear like once every other year. Didn't have to spend any money there. All the getting ready is with stuff they already have. Putting on makeup that they already had and paid for. Putting on fancy clothes that they already had and paid for. How are you spending hundreds of dollars? When I said it costs girls hundreds of dollars to get ready, I'm accounting for my makeup and beauty products. They're expensive, but my time more than anything else. Oh, so even this woman is looking at it from an opportunity cost perspective. Well, during the time I was getting ready, I could have made $200 instead. It sounds like you'd rather just focus on making money then. Just do that. Look, no shame in it. There are a few women that legitimately are fine living alone. Just live alone and focus on your career and hobbies. If you view other people as a waste of your time and money, then just save both of you the stress and just don't do it. That's my hourly work rate. It's $200 an hour plus the cost of Mac or Mecca products and how much it costs to maintain my hair, my tan, fill my car with petrol to drive to the shitty and make a trip to the office. It all adds up. You don't have to do most of that. Her comments come as young daters are getting pickier about who they elect to meet in real life from dating apps. Yeah, it's getting even worse for guys. And then again, they just keep walking away, you know? Yeah, $200 an hour, 304. Yeah, we know what her job is. Wink, wink. Nearly a quarter of singles surveyed by Tinder found, or for their current year, year in swipe, report said that they're choosing fewer, more meaningful connections going into current year plus one. Until that doesn't work, and then they go right back to Chad and Tyrone. Singles are embracing intentionality in their dating lives, being upfront about what they want and refusing to settle, and growing old and alone. Tinder's chief marketing officer, Melissa Hobley, said, as she explained a trend they've dubbed loud looking. So they make themselves obnoxious and drive everyone away, and then wonder where everyone went. People being more vocal about what and who they want, and like Maddie, also being upfront about what they don't want, which it's fine, by the way. I wish more people did this, but the problem is most of the people I see doing this, it's basically you have a 2 that's loudly screaming that she'll settle for no less than a 10. She's going to be there screaming for the rest of her life. And plus, refusing to settle, like, you do realize that all relationships are settling, right? The whole point of compromise is both sides give something up to keep the peace. You're clearly not willing or able to do that. Just learn to live happy being single. Shit, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to judge you if you do the same thing. In fact, like there are people out there, like they literally are not cut out for a relationship. Like they don't have the personality for it. Like they cannot get along with anybody. Just learn to be happy by yourself, man. You don't have to keep making yourself and everyone around you miserable. Yeah, you should compromise. Most other people don't. Yeah, so most people when they hear compromise, they mean you needs to compromise to keep me around cuz I'm the catch. And then the guys just shrug and leave, and then she learns real quick that she lost the real catch. I never taught my parents how to be in a relationship. No, I actually disagree with you there. I think they were taught by their parents. They were just taught wrong. Parents were probably divorced and were on bad terms with each other. They spent their lives like being the rope in a game of tug of war between mom and dad, and that's probably how, like, if that is what they imagine a relationship should be like, it's no wonder they're so broken. And plus, like, they all say the same thing, and this goes for men and women. They all say the same thing too. Like, oh, I grew up in that environment. I want better for my kids. I'm not going to make the same mistakes my parents did. I'm not going to turn into my parents. In 20 years, I'm not going to be like my mom or my dad. And guess what happens? They just can't help themselves. Yeah, sexual liberation liberated women from responsibility. Hey, it actually did more help for men in that regard. Because now the pickup artist types, like the exact type of men these women claim to hate, now they're able to get whatever they want for free, basically. They don't have to commit to these 304s. Society won't hold them accountable for these 304s. They could just pump and dump them all. And the 304s will encourage this because it's them being liberated, while the only ones who get what they want are the men.